top them all off. Tonight, Neil Cordy reports on just how we're shaping up.
In the last 60 years, we've hosted the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games twice, the Rugby World Cup and a host of world-class sporting events. But the FIFA World Cup is the very big piece missing from Australia's sporting CV. By Christmas, it could be on the menu. At the World Cup draw in South Africa in December, Australia went from outsiders to genuine contenders.
We always said that the first phase of our campaign would be about building a reputation, letting people understand that first of all, we're very serious about the bid.
FFA Chairman Frank Lowy showed how committed he is to the cause, busting a move with Desmond Tutu.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
And while Frank's best dancing days are clearly behind him, Australia's bid was off to a flyer as the FFA and Sports Minister Kate Ellis worked harder than any other bid team and looked the most polished as they drew on some Hollywood star power.
The FIFA World Cup in Australia would be the World Cup that FIFA and the world want to have. The No Worries World Cup. Fun, relaxed, safe, secure, and in football's fastest growing television time zone.
Benita Merciades was a key part of the bid team before parting ways with the FFA recently and has an insider's view of the massive task at hand.
What's the biggest hurdle?
The biggest hurdle is around making sure that we have a technically compliant bid and that we have the stadiums that are ready to go, ready for that bid book, which is the all-important document, the formal document that goes to FIFA in mid-May.
Australia currently have 5 of the 12 40,000-seat stadiums required to host the World Cup. And if we win the bid, 2 new ones will be built in Canberra and Western Sydney. The remaining 5 will come from the current stadiums, which will be upgraded in Townsville, the Gold Coast, Newcastle and Adelaide Oval. Perth is undecided on the fate of Subiaco Oval. The bill for the stadia alone is expected to push the $3 billion mark.
Oh, look, I think with anything like this, when you're looking at an infrastructure spend, it's always a challenge, but that has to be offset against what the benefits are for the nation and for our sporting infrastructure overall.
We've worked very hard to make sure that whatever is created, new or refurbished, has a legacy for many, many years to come. We're not about building white elephants.
Sydney has the inside running to host the final with proposals to build the extra stadia the FFA need for the bid, with one to be built in Sydney's west at Campbelltown or Blacktown, plus the redevelopment of Energy Australia Stadium in Newcastle. Melbourne's new rectangular stadium seats around 30,000 and is too small for World Cup use, and reconfiguration is too expensive.
I've got to say the information that's been forthcoming thus far has been pretty ordinary.
Certainly some of the proposals are not going to be palatable to us and would be very costly to us financially.
Former FFA boss and now rugby union boss John O'Neill is more sympathetic to the bid.
Well, I can't necessarily understand where the AFL and the NRL are coming from. We're not rolling over, but we're very supportive of the nature of this event being nation building. It is massive, and Australia deserves to host an event of the magnitude of the FIFA World Cup.
Of course, we live in a very competitive sports market, a very competitive environment. But I think, having said that, all of the other codes recognise that the World Cup is an event that goes beyond sport.
We think with the FFA at the moment, the important thing is to win the bid. Some of the detail can be worked out later.
Right now, the bookmakers have Australia as third favourite to stage the 2018 World Cup behind England and the combined bid of Portugal and Spain. In 2022, Australia is second favourite behind the United States. IOC member Phil Coles helped Sydney win the bid to host the Olympics in 2000 and has some ideas he believes would help Australia host the World Cup.
Just recently, Rio won the bid for the Olympic Games, and they did it with a lot of their tactics where they've never been to South America before. Now, Australia's got the opportunity to say the very same thing.
This pitch could work very well for Australia, whose chances are clearly better in 2022 than 2018. The main opposition in 22 is set to come from the United States, who hosted the event in 1994. He also has a tip for the final stage of the bid process when lobbying starts in earnest at this year's World Cup in South Africa.
I think it's a very good tactic if you don't even mention the vote. It's a tactic we used over and over, and all we did was wanted to make friends.
Neil Cordy for World Football News.